Paper was like gold in medieval times.
Oh, not tobacco, sugar.
That everything we thought we knew about the world might turn out to be completely wrong.
Every cuisine has a dumpling dish. Italians have ravioli, Eastern Europeans have pierogies, and Chinese cuisine sure has its fair share of dumpling dishes. There is a special soft spot in my heart for all dumplings, especially hakao. I make sure my freezer has an ample supply of all the varieties to cook up in a pinch. I can only scratch the surface of this topic, but I'd still like to share some of my favorite dumplings with you. A traditional gaozi recipe is a great place to start. I'll share the secret for creating succulent fillings, the perfect fold, and that light, airy texture. Wonton ravioli combines the best of Italian and Chinese cuisines. This is a fusion dumpling at its best. Hakao is a dim sum classic for a reason. My fresh shrimp filling will make sure yours are always finished to a steamy perfection. Dumplings are perfect for bringing family and friends together. Whether you're making them or eating them, dumplings are our food for sharing, and I can't wait to share my dumplings with you. Today we're gonna make some gaozi, which means it's dumpling time. Gaozi is a very traditional Chinese dumpling. You can fill it with ground pork or beef, boil them, fry them, and then eat them. So we're gonna start with the dough. We've got 3 cups of flour. We're gonna toss in about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That looks about right. Okay, I'm gonna make a little well here because we're gonna pour in some water now. About up to 1/4 cup. So I'm gonna start slowly. Here we go. Okay, this consistency is looking pretty good. So we're just gonna cover this up with some plastic wrap for about 30 minutes to let it settle. Now it's time to make the filling. We're gonna use about 1 cup of ground pork. You're gonna mince up about 1/2 of a green onion. Ginger is essential. Just wanna slice about 2 slices and then finely mince it. And of course, garlic. You just need about 1 clove. And today we're using just canned bamboo. 4 tablespoons, I'd say so. Up next is the cabbage. We only need about 1.5 cups. And now we're gonna add the other ingredients, like some soy sauce. You need just about 1 tablespoon, but more or less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And same thing with some rice cooking wine. Another tablespoon. That's good. And about 3 tablespoons of sesame oil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna add a little kick to this filling, some white pepper. Just about 1/4 teaspoon. And you can't forget the salt. You only need about 1 teaspoon. Time to give it another good mix. It is all mixed up well. It's now time to start folding. So roll up those sleeves as high as you can. Let's hunker down and mass produce. Grab a nice big chunk of dough. It had time to settle, and this is the consistency that you want. Okay, trusty rolling pin, my best friend. Let's get to work. Grab a round cutter or even a glass, and let's make as many circles as we can. But now that you have a bunch here, we're gonna start filling them. Make sure we get all the vegetables in there because it's good for you. Now we're gonna work these fingers. If you need to, you can spread a little bit of water here around the edge. just to help seal it. And I'm just gonna make sure I pinch this. See, as you're folding, you'll just get better and better. Just takes a little bit of practice. I've got a pot of boiling water ready to go. Let's drop a few in. We'll wait for this to come to a boil. Add a touch more water, and then once it boils again, then it's ready. Looks like it's come to a boil. Whoa. Looks like the water has come up to a boil again. And look, they're floating around. The dumplings are floating, which means they're ready. You may choose to pan fry this so it gets a little crispy on the outside, but if you're hungry like me right now, you can choose to eat them as is. Who doesn't like ravioli? I do, and my friend Andrew here, he loves ravioli, don't you?
I love it.
Yeah, we all do. That's what we're gonna do today with a little Asian twist, wonton ravioli. I've got about a tablespoon of oil, and when you get a little bit of steam coming up, that's when you know it's hot enough to throw in your ingredients. So I'm gonna just turn it down a little bit to like, oh, there we go, there we go. Okay, gotta move fast.
All right.
I've got like one small onion here. Oh my God.
What's that?
Passive. This garlic. This is about 1 clove minced.
Okay.
Toss that in.
So what goes in next?
Well, up next is some carrots. And while we're adding the carrots, we might as well add the celery too. This is about 1 stalk of celery, just finely cut up here. Toss that in. Now time to add the mushrooms. This is about, you know, half a cup of chopped up mushrooms. Go in! So while this is cooking, I have to put you to work, Andrew.
Okay, I'm ready to work.
I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry.
No, I'm excited
I'll
to hear
just
it.
keep stirring. You're gonna make the cheese filling part.
Okay.
You'll need about a cup of ricotta cheese.
Okay.
All right, let's throw that into the bowl. Yes, you're gonna have to put a little bit more muscle in there and grate about 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. Because who doesn't like cheese? How you doing over there?
I think I have enough. Is this
Got
enough?
enough? Yeah, that is
It's enough?
plenty.
Is it enough?
Yeah. Oh,
Is it
I'll
enough?
just turn away for
Okay.
a moment. Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
It's enough. Okay.
Okay. Now let's put in. Let's put in some greens. Just a hint of greens. So that's about 2 tablespoons of chopped up parsley.
Put all this in?
Yeah, just
Okay.
toss it in there. And let's crack an egg in there too. Okay. Give it a good mix. Make sure that egg gets incorporated really well. Look at how smooth that cheese,
yeah.
ricotta cheese is. I mean, it's pretty smooth, but that egg really helps it. Well, the vegetables are done on my end.
And the cheese is done on my end?
Yes, it is. But we have to chill my vegetables here because if we put it in with that cheese, it's gonna be too hot and it's gonna cook the cheese, and we don't want that.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a bowl. Would you mind holding that for a moment while I do this? Ooh. Oh my goodness.
That smells
All
amazing.
that goodness in there. Done. And would you mind just putting it in the fridge to chill?
Okay.
Thanks. The vegetable mixture is now chilled. It's cooled. Now we can put it in with our cheese and egg mixture.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Just mix it in?
Go for it. Yep. All in. Go all in.
Okay.
Let me take that away for you.
Thank you. What do I do now?
Give it a good mix. Get in all that cheese and vegetables.
Oh, wow. Oh, it looks great.
It smells good too. Let's put that aside. Hand me some of the wrappers, please, the wonton wrappers. I'm gonna take 2 pieces.
Okay.
Okay, lay that there. Pass the filling. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna give a nice like teaspoon right in the middle. Actually, yeah, that's good. A little bit of egg wash. An egg wash, what it is just 1 egg with about a tablespoon of water. Give it a good whisk, so it's gonna help seal the wonton wrapper together. Do 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 do. And then we're gonna put this over top. Press down the edges a bit, and since it's ravioli, we need that circle shape. So hand over that tool of choice. Yes.
A cup?
The water glass, it works. If you have a round cookie cutter, that works too, but everybody has glasses in their cupboard, right?
Yeah.
Tons. Give it a nice push and twist. There we are. And now we've got a beautiful wonton ravioli.
That looks great.
Ready to mass produce now?
Yeah, I think so.
That was the demo.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, amazing.
Pretty good.
Okay, good.
Can't believe I made this. This is amazing.
You did put in a lot of work. We're not done yet. I've got a pot of water boiling.
All right.
It's ready to go.
Oh.
Add them in.
Is there a way of putting them in?
No, not really.
Okay.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. You're
I don't
doing a
even
great job.
have to be here.
No, you have to be here because I would have eaten these raw ones by now.
No.
So how do we know when they're ready?
Well, the water has to come to a boil again, and then they're slowly gonna rise up to the top, and you'll know they're ready.
What if they all stick together?
They will.
Okay.
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah.
They're done.
So I'll give you this.
Thank you so much.
Where are we gonna put them?
Well, we gotta put them onto a plate. Perfect. Well, they are so beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna scoop them out one by one. Whoa! And as I scoop them out, would you mind putting a little dollop of marinara sauce on top?
Okay. Oh, so it's like the ravioli now.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Look at the inside. It looks like that. You can see it cook now.
I know, it's so
The egg and
pretty.
cheese.
And that's what's great about the wonton wrappers is because they're so thin, you can see the beautiful filling inside.
How's that?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Oh, teamwork. Look at that.
Okay, well, what do you think? Do you think they're done yet? I think
Wow.
we have to add one final touch.
Is it more cheese?
You read my mind.
Okay.
How did you know?
I can tell. We have a
It's
connection
like
now.
I sent you brainwaves.
You nudged and winked me many times, so I knew you wanted some more cheese.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's grate some cheese over top.
There we go.
Yes. Amazing. Beautiful. Oh, cheese. It just makes me giggle like a schoolgirl.
I think we're done.
I think we're done too.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, there we have it. Some wonton ravioli. Up next is my all-time favorite. Is like the golden treasure, the trophy that you win at the end of the race. It is hakao or shrimp dumplings. Let's begin with the filling. We're gonna use about a cup, an overflowing cup of shrimp, roughly chopped, about, half-inch segments. Get in there, shrimp. And we're gonna add a few other ingredients like some water chestnuts, my favorite. So we're just going to mince them up a little bit here. Toss this in. Now it's time for another special ingredient, the bamboo. And you notice I just put in a handful of the chestnut, and you want to put about a handful of the bamboo as well. Perfect amount. Now that we have the special ingredients in, we have to put in the cornstarch, an egg, etc., etc. First with the cornstarch, about a tablespoon-ish. Just 1 egg white. And now we're gonna add a little bit of mirin. You need anywhere from 1/4 to 1 teaspoon. It's a very sweet kind of sake. And now, speaking of sake, it's time to put some in. I'd say a teaspoon, maybe 2, and a little bit of salt. Give it a good mix. There's some special ingredients in here. Let's talk about them a little bit more. Bamboo shoots are rich in protein and fatty acids. You can use them in soups and stir fries, and for dumplings, they provide that nice crunchy texture. You can get it fresh, dried, canned, or vacuum packed. Bamboo shoots are normally used for texture versus taste. Water chestnuts are not actually a nut. They're a vegetable that grows underwater in muddy marshes. The fresh water chestnuts are best to be eaten raw, while the canned ones are used more for texture. If you're using them in dumplings, make sure you julienne and mince them very finely. If you want to stir fry with them, just slice them up. Hagao has a very special kind of dough, and that's what we gotta make right now. We've got about 1.25 cups of wheat starch. Then we're gonna add in, this is tapioca starch, 12 tablespoons. Now we're gonna add about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Give this a good mix. Want to make a little well, and this is a very important step. You have to make sure that you have your water boiling hot. I've got about 1 cup of water ready to go. I'm gonna add a little bit at first. Now I'm gonna dump it all in. Here we go. You have to stir very quickly. And now get your hands in there. Okay, now that it's pretty much incorporated, this is where I like to add some vegetable oil. You need about 2 to 4 tablespoons of just regular vegetable oil. And I'm just gonna lightly pat the dough around and then mix and knead a little bit. And then we'll do that again. Get a little bit more oil and pat. That consistency looks pretty good, but we have to knead it some more on the cutting board. Beautiful. So this is the consistency you need. It's really weird. And we don't want this to dry out. It dries out very, very fast. So we're gonna have to put it into a bowl and cover it with saran wrap. Now it's time to start the folding. Unlike other dumplings, the shrimp ones, you have to fold them one by one. Let's get some wheat starch down here. I got a nice little ball like this, almost like a jawbreaker size. Let's put this down. Get your trusty cleaver. It's gonna stick to the cleaver, so you wanna put a little bit of vegetable oil on it. Just rub it in there. 3, 2, 1. Press down. Put your body into it. Ugh. Ta-da! Okay, this is good, this is good. So technique 1, folding, you can do this. So you can start pleating one edge here. Just one edge. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes! So now you have this little this little bowl shape here. Perfect to grab a little bit of filling. Not too much because you don't want it to squeeze out. So like this. Okay, maybe one more piece of shrimp. Yeah, shrimp. Okay, now that you have it in there, we're gonna seal it by pinching in the edges. But careful not to pinch too far down because it will ruin the pleats. You won't be able to see them. Voila. Let's keep going. You may choose to slice some carrots and lay them down on here so your dumplings sit on top and then they don't stick to the bamboo steamer. You may also use some cabbage as well, but if you don't have any of that on hand, You can just brush a little bit of vegetable oil. That just prevents the dumplings from sticking. Ooh, be careful of that steam. We'll put the lid on and cover it and wait for it to steam for about 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. They should be ready. This is what they should look like. So see how the pink of the shrimp is showing through a little bit and the skin is translucent? That's exactly what we're looking for. If you make a big batch of these and freeze them, when you steam them, they're gonna take a little longer than 10 minutes. So check in on them. But I'd say steam them for at least 12, maybe even 15 minutes. Well, that's it. Your very own hagao. Home run. Dumplings always remind me of dim sum. Getting up early, lining up at the restaurant to get a seat for everybody. Because Sunday morning is dumpling time. When you put a gaozi in your mouth, it's got that crispy crunch and then it just melts and then that succulent filling. Oh my goodness, especially if you have different crunchy textures like bamboo or water chestnut, it's perfect. An easier take on wonton is my wonton ravioli with a very nice creamy ricotta filling, light, fresh, and modern for everybody to enjoy. So the special thing about hagao is the outer wrapper. It's unlike the other dumplings. So this one is made out of wheat starch and tapioca starch, which gives it this nice chewy texture, and you can kind of see through it and see that light pink of the cooked shrimp. And I just love biting into it and dipping it in hot sauce too. Dumplings are so good for sharing because there's so many different kinds that you can just make 10 different kinds and be like, oh, I'll have 2 of this and 2 of that. That way, everybody's tastes are satisfied.